Hi YouTube family.
Hi YouTube family.
We're in the kitchen, as you can see, having our coffee, and we
Yeah.
thought we'd do a video, a little catch up. I hope you're all well and looking forward to Christmas.
Yeah, we are. We've got our little Christmas candles here.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can see them. That's a Santa, and we've got angels. But the sad thing is, as they burn, we're burning their heads off. They're disappearing.
Oh no.
It's rather sad, isn't it?
So what have we been up to, Helen?
Oh, well, a lot of the time, I can hear Riley. He's tick, 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 tick.
Yeah.
Riley got groomed, didn't he? So
Oh, yeah.
he looked like a wombat. He needed grooming badly. And so you took him down to the groomers, didn't you? And she did a great job, and she did his nails as well. But he's still like tick, 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 tick across the floor because he's curious. But yeah, he ended up like a wombat, didn't he? Because the groomer that we always went to, she wasn't answering her phone, and it wasn't even going to voicemail, and then it was saying voicemail full. So we thought there must be something wrong here. And anyway, we passed by, and she had like a grooming parlour within the local garden centre. And it was all closed down, and we found out from the new groomer that we discovered that she got carpal tunnel syndrome, which I guess is a hazard of the job, isn't it, with that kind of work where you're using your hands all the time.
She was ever so busy though, really busy.
Really?
She took on a young girl, didn't she, to help her?
Yeah, she was very popular, and it was quite nice and convenient because you could take the dog and then you could go and have a look around the garden centre, and there was a really nice restaurant there. So, but you found somewhere good, didn't you?
Down in the local village down the road, there's a lady that does grooming, and she's based actually inside the vet. So, of course, I dropped him off there. And it's a very sort of personal service, really. I've got a text to say, oh, Jackie, I'm running a bit ahead of time. You can bring him in a bit early. So I did. Anyway, I took him in, and then a bit after that, about, I don't know, 3/4 of an hour later, she texted me and she said, is it all right if Riley has a bit of chicken? I thought, talk about spoiled.
Do bears in the woods?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So, it was quite nice, and only 5 minutes down the road, so that was him sorted.
Yeah.
And then the other little one, he had to have his bits and pieces cut, didn't he?
Yeah, when Drummer, he'd come to that age when it was time to have the snip.
Yeah. He's a little small, tiny one that we've got. He's the Morkie.
Yeah, the Morkie. And he's recovered really well. Really well. I mean, the next day, you'd never know, would you? No. So.
He's back up to his normal self, really, isn't he?
Yeah, so the animals have been important in since our last chat.
Yeah.
Donkeys are fine. Hens are fine. They're all having a little play.
Typical, isn't it?
Oh, well, that's life
Yeah.
at home, isn't it? That's us at home. Yeah.
Tomorrow we're off to the Island West Airport to pick up my daughter. She's coming for, I think, 9 or 10 days.
Yeah, we're looking forward to seeing Lauren. We'll see if she's will come on here with us. I don't know that she will.
I don't know if she will, but she might. She might have grown out of that shyness stage. And
yeah, she's no longer in that teenage phase. She's in her mid-20s now, but in that phase where we are the most uncool people in the world.
Oh yeah, do you know
it's
so funny? Even if I text her or something like that, and I put an emoji on there, she'll say to me, "That's not the right one. That means something else." But to me, if the face smiles, it's a smile, or if it's sad, it's sad. But no, all these emojis have got actually different meanings than what me and you probably think.
Yeah. And how the language changes as well. I mean, I remember the first time my son said something was really sick, and I was quite offended. And he said, no, sick means good. And I said, are you sure? And he said, people don't say cool anymore, just our generation.
It's funny, isn't it?
But they say sick, so...
I bet we used to have sayings like that though when we were kids.
Yeah, I'm sure we did.
Yeah.
I'm sure we did. I'm sure our parents were horrified.
I mean, even people that are not from England, our viewers from America and Canada, we have English sayings and things that they probably,
Yes.
little catchphrases and
Yeah.
they wouldn't know what we meant.
Yeah, names for things that to us might seem rude or vice versa. Yeah, so we better not say them.
What about that time when you was working somewhere and about the snake?
What about the snake?
The toilet snake.
Oh, that was in Germany, wasn't it? Yeah. I was working with a group of German students in a place called Gerlingen, and it was a really, really lovely time there. I loved it there, and I had a translator. But honestly, my translator could speak English better than me because she was actually the translator for the United Nations, and people like Colin Powell and very big generals would come and visit, and she would be their translator because she was so good. But on this particular occasion, we went to lunch at a Chinese restaurant, and Amelie, the translator, didn't come with us. She decided to stay behind, and she'd brought some sandwiches with her. So I went with everyone, and some could speak a little bit of English, some very little, and some none at all. So we were having fun with, what I could eat and couldn't eat and everything. Anyway, we were trying to translate things by relating it to other things. And we'd come to the end of the meal and it was time to go back and work. And my host was trying to tell me that it would be a good idea to go to the bathroom now because there'll be a big queue. But the word in German for queue is snake. So what she actually said to me is, you better hurry up because there will be a toilet snake that gets you. Well, I was in hysterics, and there was one lady at the end of the table who could speak pretty good English, but wasn't that close, but she overheard, and she was in hysterics. And so, the toilet snake.
Yeah, it's hilarious, isn't it?
And so, I got known that weekend for the toilet snake.
Yeah.
A toilet queue, but they say snake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting though, isn't it, for, the different words that are used differently.
Yeah,
come
definitely.
Across as funny because, of course, they're
different. And in other languages as well, definitely, yes.
Yeah.
I can think of some, but they're usually very rude and you never know who's watching, who'd be offended. And they're not meant to be rude, but, the equivalent that sounds the same in another language can be very rude and can cause a lot of laughter and a lot of fun normally, but some people might be offended.
Oh no.
I know.
We'd be offended.
We wouldn't be offended, but some people might be offended. There's an angel, one of these candles.
Yeah.
And she really has melted all over the place.
I'm just watching it because it's melting and it's kind of, the wax is making its way towards me, but I think it'll be all right.
The angel is without a body now.
His tummy's burning.
Oh dear, it's all over the worktop. What about you, Jackie, in the garden? What's been happening this week?
Well, I did a little video yesterday. There's not really a lot happening out there, but we do have the red onions and the normal white onions coming through.
Good, all growing.
The elephant garlic, I've never done that one before. Apparently huge garlic and not as strong as normal garlic, but all the same, very nice. There's some carrots still to be harvested, not that many, but a few.
Yeah.
And I also did a late sowing of the carrots in the summer, so we have got some that need thinning, but we'll have them the start of the year, if you know what I mean.
Will we have some fresh Christmas carrots?
Yeah.
Hope so.
We will, of course we will.
Hope so. Yeah.
And we're still actually using, they're very small, but small potatoes from this year.
Oh, the really small ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're still in good condition in storage, and they're being added to soups and stews and all sorts of things. So it goes a long way, doesn't it?
Yeah. But I can't wait to, it won't be long now. Probably about January you can start thinking about sowing things ready for the garden. I'm definitely going to start tomato plants earlier this year. We were caught by the blight last year, and so I'm wondering, perhaps starting a bit early might do the trick.
We might actually. It might be an idea if any of you've got some great tips where it concerns blight, because, well, I mean, it's famous for it here, isn't it? Blight.
Yeah.
We get a lot of it here. But if anyone's got any great tips, because we were fine with the early potatoes and the second earlies, but the main crop were affected by blight, and the tomatoes were affected by blight.
As quick as that. They go downhill so quickly. And
it does take them really quickly.
But Helen, I nurtured them from seed, and
I know, they were
made
your
a
babies.
nice place for them, and they all got blight.
No.
Good old blighty.
No, bad old blight. Gosh, yeah.
So,
Don't like the blight
no,
at all.
No.
Yeah, and it's invisible, isn't it? I mean, you just got no idea. It's just no idea it's there.
What else we've been doing? We've been watching the old Netflix, haven't we?
I've been watching The Queen on Netflix.
Yeah.
Really enjoyed that. We're not up to the latest episode yet. I think we've just seen the third one of this third series, isn't it?
I found it quite hard getting used to Olivia Colman playing the Queen.
Yeah.
Because that other one looked like her a bit. She was small, and she's a lot taller and dark, and it just...
Well, Claire Foy, wasn't it? She was brilliant, but she definitely couldn't... I mean, she was brilliant as the younger Queen, and but Olivia Colman, really, I think she's brilliant at it now. I've got used to it.
Yeah. I think he plays a good part. What do you call him, Prince?
The one who plays Prince Philip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not this one, but the one that played it in the first bit as a younger man.
Oh, yeah.
He played an excellent part, I thought.
Yeah.
Really good.
I think this one's good as well. I think the new one's good as well. But I don't know if you watch The Crown on Netflix, but it is absolutely brilliant.
Yeah. And I suppose over Christmas we're going to have all the same films, maybe.
Well, we did promise ourselves yet another Harry Potter marathon.
I've never actually watched all of those.
Oh, I have. They're brilliant. I love them.
Yeah. No, I've not. I've only watched half a dozen, maybe.
It's like all the childhood magic has been brought to life.
Not even half a dozen, actually. Probably about 3. But
what? You still on how many episodes you've watched?
Yeah. No, but I mean, it's something nice to watch, isn't it?
Oh, it's brilliant.
Yeah.
Isn't it? I mean, it's just it just takes you out of yourself to that childhood fantasy of magic. I love it.
Yeah. I wish my school was like that, like the Harry Potter school.
Hogwarts.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, because it's all like, magical and...
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. I think most of us would like a school like that, really, wouldn't we?
But I actually enjoyed school.
Yeah.
But I wish I'd have knuckled down and learnt a bit more, really.
Oh, well. Life is about happiness, I think, isn't it?
Yeah.
Giving and receiving happiness and joy. I spent some time... I did quite a lot academically, and I spent some time in Australia. And one of the men there was a real top professor in genetics, and world famous. And I remember talking to him, and he could work anywhere in the world, and he was just saying, just bits of paper. The letters and the qualifications mean nothing. It's what you do with it. And it's the same in life, isn't it? It doesn't matter. It's what you do with life. Yeah.
I actually think, though, you learn more when you're older. You have more interest in certain things, don't you? You never stop learning, do you, really?
I think the other thing is it's not forced on you, is it?
Yeah.
And, you know, if you choose to go back, say, to night classes and do a qualification you didn't bother with at school or didn't take any notice of at school, then you've made a choice, you've made a decision. But it's interesting because when I was at school, I did not understand mathematics at all. And I think it was the way it was taught. Obviously worked for some people because they did well, but it wasn't until the last year at school I started to, something clicked into place, and the teacher, we had a new teacher, and it is the way it's taught, and it's like a language and whether it speaks to you. So I went to night school and did it again and understood it completely and loved it.
Yeah.
And did really well at it because I think it was on my terms and how I needed to learn.
I mean, like algebra, who needed that?
Nobody needed algebra.
What a waste of time.
When was
that
the last time any of us ever did a quadratic equation? Apart from, well, yeah, maybe it's a hobby of yours, I don't know. But, you know, it does focus you to think in a way, doesn't it? But what really matters is happiness and life and people and animals and nature.
Let's just get him on the lap. Let's stop him moaning.
Who are you getting hold of? Oh, we
It's
got
Gordon.
Riley with his haircut. I don't know if anyone can see him. You're a bit too far away, Jack.
Yeah, but I can see him. He's there.
Yeah.
But it stops him whining while we're trying to do a video.
Yeah. Oh.
So what else have we got to tell our lovely subscribers?
Well, we have to say a very big thank you. We have now got a superfan. And that superfan is Gordon in Australia. And so we'll insert a picture of Gordon in Australia. But yes, Gordon in Australia is avidly watching us. And Gordon is a cat. And he lives in Queensland. So we were sent a picture of Gordon watching us. So we've got our first superfan, which is really sweet, isn't it?
Yeah.
And
but we're really pleased, aren't we, about the way the channel's going? It's growing, isn't it?
It's growing, and what's so lovely is what our aim is, a lovely community with lots of interests, nature, cooking, you know, chatting, and it just being a friendly community. You know, the idea that somebody is out there, perhaps they live alone, they feel alone, and all they've got is the internet for company, that they could come here.
Yeah.
And, you know, all right, we're not live. We're not doing a live feed at the moment, but we could do that another time. But they could come here and know that people care. And we're not the only ones. There's so many channels out there, aren't there? But I think that idea is amazing, not to feel alone. And I'm sure for a lot of people who do live alone, when they get home at the end of the day, if they've been working and they live alone, they shut the door, YouTube maybe has become their family. And so we want to just have somewhere that's friendly and you're welcome.
Yeah.
And we want you to comment, and we'd love you to subscribe, of course, if you haven't already. And thank you to those of you who have.
And I do have a few of my, well, not our followers on Viber, the app Viber, because in that way we can share pictures of the garden and different things like that. So if you ever want to connect that way, you know, just leave a message in the comments.
Yeah. Although there is, you did set up a Facebook page,
I've got a Facebook page as well,
The Gone Potties. So, yeah, there's loads really.
Yeah.
I think it's important, though, that we do recognise just how valuable you are, because we feel it.
Yeah.
And we've got so much, haven't we, from other people?
Yeah.
When they've, you know, put their videos up, and it's like, oh, so-and-so's got another video again. Or a coffee machine's come to life. It's going through its cleaning cycle. Uh-oh. Yeah, so there we go. Spooky
And you,
coffee.
Helen, you've been in the recording studio, haven't you?
I have, yes. I've recorded a new meditation CD. I've done quite a bit of voiceover work in the past, and anyway, the voice isn't what it was, but on a good day,
I think it's lovely.
and with plenty of editing,
Yeah.
then yes, so I've got a new meditation CD, and it's based on basically a guided visualization, so it takes you on a nice little journey where you connect with all the elements of the earth, of fire, of water and air, so very spiritual.
So if you want to listen to that, it's available, isn't it? I'll leave a link in the
Yeah, it
description.
is available, it's published, it's out on iTunes and everything now.
Yeah.
But we'll leave a little link to it if anyone's interested, and you can, if you go onto the link onto CD Baby, then you can get a 30-second sort of snippet of hearing it, so you can decide if you like it. Yeah.
So I'm just going to let the dog in because he's scratching at the door.
Yeah.
And then we'll show everybody this new little recipe.
Oh yes, we've got a new recipe. This is, it kind of looks like milky coffee, but what it really is salted caramel cream. Oh, smell that.
It's
I
lovely.
don't know if you can see from there, but it's like, it looks a bit like latte, but it's cream texture. But it's vegan, so it's vegan salted caramel cream. And I was inspired by that by watching an advert where they were showing all the Christmassy stuff,
Yeah.
and it said salted caramel cream. But of course, I don't eat dairy, and other people don't eat dairy, whether through choice or through an intolerance or an allergy. So I thought, I'm going to have my own salted cream. So I came up with a recipe, and it works. And you're drinking it in your coffee, aren't you, Jackie?
It's very nice, very nice. And
I'm going to make it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Show them how you make it.
I'll show them how you make it. You need the high-speed blender, and I'm just going to take the lid off that. I'm not sure if it's in shot this time. I don't know whether you're going to see it singing today. But here I've got a cup of raw cashew nuts that I've toasted just in a heavy baked pan, or you could put them in the oven for a few minutes, but just till they're toasted. And oh, smell them.
They
And
all
they're
smell
lovely,
nice, don't they?
roasted. So they go in the blender. In also goes 1 cup of water.
The blender's not in shot, but at least you know the ingredients.
Yeah. There is 1/4 of a teaspoon of Himalayan pink salt. Now you can use other salts, of course, but that's what I have in the house, and that's what I like, and it's pink. And 1/4 of a cup of organic maple syrup. So that goes in. I'm just letting every little drop go in.
Don't waste it, Helen.
Oh, no, not mind you could lick that out, Jackie. I know you'd enjoy that. So that's everything in there now. I'm going to blend it, and it has to be a high-speed blender, this, because I haven't soaked the cashew nuts to soften them because they're roasted. So it really does need extra time to get everything blended together. So here we go. So that's after about 2 to 3 minutes blending. You know when it's ready because it's lukewarm. It's really nice. And it's got that latte colour, and it tastes absolutely fabulous.
Be lovely on some mince pies or anything, really.
I tried it on a mince pie earlier. There were some gluten-free mince pies at our local, one of those German supermarkets, and they were really nice, and they were vegan. And I just poured a little bit on, maybe a dessert spoon, and oh, it was products in heaven.
I like that though, because like with Lauren coming and we'll be not, you know, we eat normal, not normal, but you know, we eat what we want,
abnormal,
really.
obviously.
No, you know what I mean. There's things that you
you have the standard diet, don't you? But you can also have this as well.
Yeah, that's it. It's
so
nice
you've got
well.
options, and it's
looks lovely.
It looks lovely, but it tastes absolutely amazing. And so on Christmas Day, I'm going to have a really nice vegan gluten-free Christmas pudding, and I am going to have this. So
lovely.
I'm not going to feel I miss out this year. And it's so easy, as I say. Cup of toasted cashews, 1/4 of a cup of maple syrup, a cup of water, and 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt. And
there you go.
Yeah.
How's it go?
Bon appetito. Bon appetito.
And with that, everyone, we're going to leave it at that. And lovely to be with you, spend some time with you. And again, we really, really do appreciate all of you, every one of you.
Yeah, we do appreciate you very much being here. And, you know, if you haven't already, there's the word subscribe. If you click that, please subscribe.
Yeah.
And then we can bring you more videos and adventures on the farm with Jackie, and cooking and chatting and just
hobbies, crafts.
But more than anything, being a community, and that's what it's about.
Anyway, folks, that's it for now. You take care, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Why not come and join me on Facebook or Instagram? The link is in the description.